you about somebody who is maybe a little bit too used to things going really well for them without them having to put too much effort into it. This King of Pentacles, for whatever reasons, coming through as a little bit spoiled, or like things have been kind of handed to them. Luck has been on their side. And so as a result, they didn't really take something seriously here. There is an action that they needed to complete a while back, I feel like at least 3 months ago, and they knew that this was an issue. This was a problem that could get worse if they didn't address it. And now they're getting all uppity and frustrated, throwing a little bit of a pity party because this thing that they were warned about is now happening. So I guess there's going to be a little bit of chaos. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Jose. How's it going? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wing Chun time. And I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. We do have a members only live stream today for those that are in the stars and the towers. So if you're in the chariots, you can upgrade if you want to join the live stream, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Let's start with... we're going to start with the cats rule the earth and find out why this person is freaking out. Hello, music. Hello, Paul. How's it going? What do we have? Knight of Cups in the reverse and the Ten of Cups. So this feels to me like a problem with domestic bliss. The situation in terms of like stability, not just job though. It feels more so like home. So we could have someone who's got some issues with regards to a mortgage or a rent being paid, but we've got some angry, frustrated, like kicking at the locker energy. But not really wanting to talk to other people about it. It's like, I know there's this problem. I know that this is going to be an issue, but I'm just going to be mad about it and not really do anything constructive about it. Hello, Spartan. Hello, Carrie. How's it going? Hello, Dana. Who that? C is short for Carmen. So yes, that is me. Hello, Gnostic. How's it going? What else do we have? Three of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. I think this is someone who's really trying to say that it wasn't them. And they get caught maybe even creating some false evidence or trying to mislead people. Three of Cups in the reverse is like, I wasn't there. So we could have somebody who's trying to come up with an alibi. We could have somebody who is trying to say they didn't get some sort of summons, right? Or they couldn't have been the person who did a problem with regards to their finances because they weren't at the bank that day. There's definitely some money tied to it, but it is also about someone's home. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Temperance, Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Cups. Hey, Renee, how are you doing? Hello, Steven. Hello, Laura. Hello, Radhika. How are you doing? Do me a favor, Radhika. Please don't repeat your messages. We do time people out for that, and I hope you're able to enjoy the live chat without that. This is definitely about somebody trying to make it seem like everything is fine, but have you ever seen like patchwork or repair in somebody's home and you're like, close enough for church work. It's like not really doing what you were hoping though. Maybe it's like they chose the wrong color paint to touch up the paint that got scratched off. Maybe it's because there's still a crack, and whatever it is, this person felt like they could just kind of like duct tape the situation and everything would be fine. But I feel like there is, that's interesting. I feel like there is difficulty in terms of keeping things looking the way that they want it to, because so many different things are happening at once. So if they're trying to make it seem like they have this like perfect little life, they may be experiencing financial and like relationship issues all at once that make them feel like it's just hitting the fan, right? Hey Lotus, how are you doing? Oh, that's awesome. I haven't heard about that yet, Matt. Very cool. Hello, Carson. Good, Lotus. I hope that gets even better for you. Yeah, this is someone who's very focused on how they appear and what people say about them. Their reputation is probably one of the most important things to them, and they like to be seen as very successful. They may have a tendency to spend more money than they actually have, or as soon as they, sign a contract or hear what they're going to get paid, it's like they're already spending that money. So this could have caused an issue that also started some arguments with their emotional partner or their romantic partner, right? Hello, Capo. How are you doing? Hello, creature. This is Jess's deck, A Gamer's Ways. Max stats. Who is trying in particular to seem like their life is better than ever or everything is fine, to someone who looks to be like their successor. So, I'm trying to remember what was the name of that movie. Well, I could talk about Showgirls, because wasn't it the chick from Saved by the Bell and what's her name? Gina Gershon. Where one was like the most popular entertainer, dancing lady, and then a new lady was brought in, right? Jessie, if you will. Hello, Steph. How you doing? Hello, Kimberly. I hope you're having a good day. What's up, Laura? So we've got fast travel. Oh, did I just pick up the other one? You guys, I put it back. Oh no. Where did I put it? Hold on. I put back the one, there it is. Okay. The other one that I had pulled from it, sorry. So we also have fast travel. We don't always have time to stop and play around in photo mode. Some things require swift action. There might be a mission, timer, or you just need to hit the hay. Whatever the reason, it's happening with the quickness. So maybe they weren't really prepared for things to change in their life. Maybe they felt like they had a few more years at the top of the food chain. Maybe they felt like they were about to get some great big deal and someone steals it from them. But there's financial issues that are being compounded by somebody overestimating their staying power or their earning capability. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? So we also have level up. You've matched a level in the game where you're in a position to really assist other players with their strategies. You've put a lot of time into optimizing your build, and others may be looking to you for guidance. So where you are a team player and you do enjoy participating in helping others achieve the goals that they've set for themselves, this individual that we're reading for, the King of Pentacles, they're so focused on how other people view them that they're likely to be very possessive of their situation or their station. They're likely to be the type to push people under the bus or point out their flaws versus assist people in joining them on that stage, if you will. This is What's the News. Yes, I would agree with the cheese and grapes thing. What else do we have? Memories, missing someone, regression, revisiting the past. Okay, so I see somebody, our King of Pentacles actually. I see them falling back onto bad habits that they've been trying to walk away from pertaining to the party life. So where they spend their time, where they spend their money, you know, what they're consuming. But this is someone who's unwilling to let go of where they've been or what life they've had. They're not willing to move on to the next chapter. They're clinging to this current situation, even though maybe it's pretty well time to move on. It could actually be related to their health. It could be related to just like natural timing of, you know, that role or that job. You didn't like it then, Renee? Hello, Arshwin. You're welcome to quote scripture as long as you are not in here to be judgmental about anyone. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing? So we've got supersize me, doing too much, excessive, and overindulgence. Yeah, they're spending too much money and they're doing too much stuff party-wise. Okay, guys? I'm not going to get into specifics, but I don't know if it's legal. All right. What do we want? We're going to go with the Tarot of the Nile. Let's see what else we've got for you. That's funny. Hey, Sean, feel free to email me if you're looking for a personal reading. Otherwise, I do often do personal questions at the end of the general reading. If, you know, we get to $15 in tips, priority to those who tip. How's it going, John? LOL, James. What's happening? Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Five of Swords, and Temperance in the reverse. This is fascinating to me because we had Temperance in the upright. I told you, this person has been doing everything they can to make it seem like there's no problems here. I have all the money that I need. I have everything that I want. My life is so great. But it's been quite the amount of work to balance everything and make it seem that way on the outside when really they're going through a lot of struggles, maybe even wondering if they'll be able to stay where they're living or drive the same car, whatever they do, right? So then there's this, with the Five of Swords, opportunity for them to be more focused and correct the situation, but instead they're avoiding it. They're partying instead of, you know, making a plan or coming up with a strategy to figure out their finances. So they're making it worse, right? Hello, Mouse. How are you doing? Yes. Isn't that how it goes, John? So now we have the Devil, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I think this is fear over what's going to happen if they are not looked at as successful or beloved. So I think this is concern over if I am no longer at the top of my game, if I'm not, known as this person, or I have this title, or I do this thing. Maybe they're an entertainer of some sort. If I lose my spot on the football team, for example, then do I lose all these friends? Do I lose this love interest of mine? Are they only here because of what I do, or the, glamour, the glitz, they're worried about what impact this will have. Always am. Thank you, James. Let me know if you want me to pull a few cards for you, okay? This is a struggle for them because they feel like everything is crumbling. They feel like they can't stop the problems in their life from expanding to new areas. Hello, AS. Hello, Shasta. Or Shasta. You tell me how to say it. Sorry. AS, if I do personal questions at the end of the general readings, I often include free readings if we have reached $15 in tips. But of course, I prioritize those who tip. So we've got this Nine of Swords with the Page of Cups, and both of them are in the reverse. Whatever was concerning or causing stress at the very beginning, whatever they just kind of dismissed or didn't want to avoid because they were too busy partying, has now turned into a major problem. Now, sorry. Has now been basically, I guess I want to use the word exacerbated or exaggerated. So it's like when you have a late fee and it just keeps going up the more that you refuse to return that movie to Blockbuster or whatever it is, right? Or the library book. All right, cool. Okay, yes. It's not like a guarantee that I'm your one-stop shop for free questions. I choose the questions I want to answer. You're welcome to hang out. Hello, Illuminati. Hey, Luis, how you doing? What's up, Lee? How's your day going? I'll write that down for you. X. And thank you. Hello, Cashew. How are you doing? What else do we have? King of Swords. Ace of Cups in the reverse. And the Knight of Wands. So this information that they've been keeping secret, that they didn't want anyone to know, it could be a loan that they're defaulting on, or some tax concerns. Maybe there's even a lawsuit here that is making them concerned because there's money that is owed and they don't have a way to pay it. With the Ace of Cups in the reverse, they feel like they're losing their ability to get what they want. Like whatever was going really well for them while they were able to achieve this level of success is no longer easily available to them. So with this Knight of Wands, they feel like they have to take some sort of quick action to address these financial issues. but it's not necessarily doing it the right way. It's like a bandage approach that doesn't really take into consideration that it is a serious wound, you know? Like, they need to change how they spend money, and they're looking to like go take out another loan, you know? It's not going to actually solve the problem. Hello, Diago. I'm just going to remove that because I'd like to ask you why you added Morning Star. Hello, Jetta. How are you doing? Hello, Emery. We've got the Six of Cups in the reverse, Three of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I think they're resorting back to or reverting back to old patterns of behavior with their partying, or maybe even spending more money than they know they should. They're taking the immature path, the avoidant path, versus knowing, okay, I need to meet with this person, or I need to figure out what the process is for this. I need to pay back this person. They're avoiding all of it and instead hoping that something miraculously happens to save their bacon, just like randomly. And I don't think that they're going to get the good news that they're hoping for here, because they have just been ignoring their problems altogether. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Hello, Arouge. Hello, Enfance. Hello, Kingly Eagle. How's it going? And I wanted it to be the Ace of Pentacles, but apparently it's the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, guys. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I was like, Six of Cups in the reverse again. Interesting. We just had that. So they were going to have some pretty major financial problems, maybe like a car repossessed or a yacht. I don't know. And they've just made it worse for themselves. It's like they took out all the money that they had. They're going to have one big last hurrah, and then they're going to go live in a tent somewhere. They're just like, they're not facing it. Hello, Maya. How you doing? I'm glad to hear that, en France. Hey, hon, please don't repeat your messages like that. I'm going to put you in a little timeout real quick. You are welcome to come back, but please keep in mind that we don't like the repeat messages, okay? So we've got the Five of Swords, Star in the reverse. They just dig in their heels and ignore the problem, pretend that everything is fine. They want to be looking like they're just out having fun, not a care in the world, because they really just want everyone to see them out there having a good time. And then meanwhile, they're getting messages that they may be really like losing assets that they can't pay for, like the next day, the next week, you know? Hey, Kaltagag, how you doing? Hey, hon, I'm gonna put you in a 30-minute timeout. I would encourage you to come back because we don't disagree on a lot of things, but if you are trying to judge people's religious or spiritual beliefs in my live chat, I do have a policy of blocking you, okay? Oh, I hope it gets better for you. Oh, now we have Temperance again, this time Temperance in the reverse, and another Nine of Wands, this time in the reverse. Wait, did I say Temperance was in the upright? Temperance is in the upright, Nine of Wands is in the reverse. So they have nothing really sustaining the desire for them to make everyone think everything's fine. I can afford my house, I can afford my food, I can afford my motorcycle, whatever they have, right? It's all about to like come falling down. So we might see the Tower come out. I feel like whatever they've been avoiding, they've just made it worse, and they had an opportunity to make it better. And it could expedite this change in terms of their professional career. If they have some financial problems, they might find that it's an early exit for them. 9 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So they know that there's going to be a problem. For some of you, this could be a person who knows they have to report to jail, but they're going to party like it's 1999 before they have to do that. Because the 4 of Swords can represent imprisonment. But we have this person who's like, I'm going to have a fabulous time today, or I'm going to have a really great weekend before everything stops being fun. Before I have to give it all back. Before I know I've been caught, that kind of thing. What else do we have? 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and Strength. Yeah, there's someone new on the scene. Perhaps the King of Pentacles feels like threatened because there's a person that has better experience or better education. But I think for many of you, this is more of like a young grasshopper situation, an up-and-comer, or someone who is meant to pick up where the King of Pentacles has left off. And the actions that were required of this King of Pentacles just seemed kind of tedious. Like, if I already feel like I'm losing ground where I was once successful and everyone was envious of me, then I don't want to also have to be like responsible and boring and not be able to enjoy my life while I still have this title or this station. So they're pretending everything's fine, knowing that in the near future, I'm not going to have this title, or I'm not going to have this place, I'm not going to have this job, and then nobody's going to like me anymore. This feels like a movie. All right, this is the signs of the times. Let's see what else we've got for you. Thank you, Michael. Hello, Mud. How are you doing? Be careful, Mud. I don't want things to get violent in the chat. So, yeah. Hello, Varun. How are you doing? Hello, Dabu. I don't think they're trying to say anything. They just say so. Yeah. Hello, Alayton. How you doing? Close, Crunchy Paw. It's Carmen. But you're, only like 2 letters off. How you doing? So we've got peace and harmony and yin-yang balance. This is the kind of like illusion that they're trying to put forward. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. I have everything that I want. I've planned everything the way that I should, and nothing's going to be problematic for me, right? They want everyone to see this beautiful situation, no problems. I have, so much money, blah, 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 right? But the relationships this person has are struggling. Could be relationships with family, could be relationships with their work partners, could be relationships that are romantic. Angel numbers, confirmation. I think this person ends up not being able to maintain the charade that everything is fine for them anymore when some sort of ATM or like a receipt being seen, or somebody's like bank account is brought up on the phone screen. There's something here where, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to like look into your business, but now I know what's going on. Now I know that you actually have some financial issues, and all this time you've been pretending that everything is fine. Is this the one that I want? Actually, I think we're gonna go for Path of Shadows. Thank you, Debu. Hello, Carmini. I hope I said that right. I like it, Laura. Hello, Nick. How's it going? So we've got mirror, self-examination, understanding, and acceptance. And this situation is changing because whoever has this giant ego has apparently struggled to understand what makes them good is not the things that they own, but rather whether or not they have any character, right? Who are you? Not what do you own. I'm not going to be impressed with you because you have a nice car. If you want me to admire you, show me your character. Show me that you've got some integrity or some, I don't know, authenticity, right? This person has evaded that lesson or that shift, that ego death for a very long time. And that could be why they're experiencing a sense of loss in multiple areas in their life. Grimoire, wisdom, experience, hidden knowledge. So we've been trying to teach you that there's other things that you should be seeking in your life, or that there are other things that you should be happy about in terms of who you are, or why people want to spend time around you. But they've been too focused on material things or station or status. We have another Carmen. I like it. How's it going? That's true. And hopefully no one will try. So we've got mask and dagger. So close to saying Mick Jagger. So close. That's weird. So we've got duality, protection, caution, and action, bravery, and determination. Let me tell you something that's a little bit strange, okay? In all of these cards for the Path of Shadows, the majority of them have this like kind of poetic phrase or prose at the bottom. Like literally almost all of them, okay? But the 4 that I have drawn for this reading are all of the 3-word variety. So this one, and the first 2 I picked, all of them just have those 3 words at the bottom. So this tells me that we have somebody whose patience has expired. I've tried to show you what you need to work on. I've tried to, you know, reach you in your dreams and you ignore me because you're too distracted by the hot people on the beach. This is like frustration with someone who's been ignoring their intuition for a very long time and prioritizing the wrong things in their life. So it's kind of like the universe is coming up behind this King of Pentacles and slapping him upside the head like, hey, where you been? We've been waiting for you to drop that silly mask because you feel like the only way people would like you is if you pretend to be someone else. We want you to realize that this duality or this, you know, heavily investing in some other version of yourself because you don't actually like who you are is eventually going to be a problem. We've been waiting for you to actually do something. This is about action. And instead, all you're doing is like living a pretty superficial life. So kind of like ghosts of Christmas past, but it's more like ghosts of happy hours past. Because this person, they're avoiding this healing specifically with some sort of debauchery or hedonism, right? Like, I'm just going to party and not have to think about it. It'll be great. Will it? Will it? I don't know. Hello, Josephine. How are you doing? Ah, did you do the eyeliner? This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. What else do we have? Two of Pentacles, the Magician, King of Wands in the reverse. So they feel like they had all of this lucky, wealthy energy for as long as they wanted, and they're realizing that what they have been so proud of is not their best feature, and that's why it's being taken from them. Because they've refused to learn what they really have to offer and what they really want in life. It's like they just live for other people. Like, if I make this choice and it makes you laugh, then that means I did something good. Like, they're not, it's almost like they're a robot. Like, who are you really? You're just like a combination of all of the things that you want or that you think other people want from you. That's not like your own person, you know? Ace of Wands. Yeah, that happens sometimes, Carmen. Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Lovers in the reverse, and Strength in the reverse. They didn't make a choice. They didn't take action. They didn't have courage to deal with whatever was starting to cause problems for them. Instead, they kept hoping that they would just find some sort of magic exit ramp, right? Like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm sure something will happen. I'm sure someone will take care of it for me, right? Hello, Christine. Thank you. I'm going to write down your question real quick. And when the general reading is over, I will start with Lee's question and then you would be second. I probably won't continue too much longer with the general, maybe like another 10 minutes or so. Actually, probably not that long. Family and financial. Hey, Crunchy Paw, I'm putting you in a timeout. If you want to come back and be respectful, you are indeed welcome back. But that respectful part is required, okay? It'll happen for you eventually, Rubinson. Oh. I can't tell if y'all are talking to each other. I'm doing well, Abdul. How are you doing? Hello. Can I just call you honey? Hello, Salvador. How's it going? All right, so we've got Temperance in the reverse and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Cups in the reverse. The cast is, what is it? The cast has been, or the die has been cast? Sorry. They can't change anything about this. It's like they miss a deadline or they like make things worse for themselves by doing the same thing again. So they don't have any like get out of jail free cards. They don't have any, you know, like a lawyer that they can talk to or, you know, running up to HR and saying, hey, this doesn't seem fair, does it? No, it's just not a good situation. Whatever is not going well for them. Oh, that's helpful. Thank you for sharing that, Lava. I'm not doing a reading based on astrology signs. Shasta, I'm doing just a general reading. Did you mean calming people down? I would say a little bit. I hope you're having an okay day there, Drew. Hello, Erin. Oh, I hope that changes for you. You deserve better than that. Oops. What else do we have? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Seven of Swords. Four of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups. Yeah, this feels like there's someone else who's going to take over their job. This could be like an anchor of a news station, you know? They have some sort of like visibility, but as far as their age or their looks, they may feel like they aren't as marketable as they used to be. So I do think they've been investing a little bit here with maybe surgery or experimental like nutrition plans, and it has only made things worse. It's like they keep trying to take shortcuts instead of doing the work that they need to do, and this like fascination or fixation with those shortcuts instead of doing the actual thing has left them particularly susceptible to just like the whole foundation around them eroding, and whatever they've tried to build, it's just not sustainable. So this kind of little self-absorbed and materialistic individual is losing things that for them, they feels like part of their personality or what makes them good. And as a result, they're just kind of like, I think, losing their mind a bit, not really sure what to do, and just kind of partying. So hopefully, I wish them healing. I hope this person's able to figure out that they just have to take some action regarding the actual problems in their life instead of constantly avoiding them. So I'm going to start with the personal questions. We've got one for Lee, and this is the gold foil tarot. James, if you decided that you wanted a couple cards pulled, please let me know. Hey, Drew, you want to be nice? Yeah? Can we get you to not be rude? Is that cool? I would appreciate that. All right, so with regards to homecoming, will it be the ex who takes Lee's daughter to there? There is a little bit of wiggle room on this, but it does seem likely that he would be the one to take her there. But there's something here that could potentially come out in between now and that day that could... Is this about his license? No. Is this about his general freedom? So he might have some poor decision that he makes that limits his ability to actually be there, and then it could fall to you instead. So I don't like to like wish anything on somebody, but there could be a reason that he's less mobile or he doesn't have the opportunity, maybe even a car related thing. But I feel like there's a possibility here that this could cause a change where it's actually you. Okay, that sounds good, Christine. Okay. Drew, I hope you can come back and not be looking for a fight. I don't have a problem with you. I just ask that you not be telling people to shut up. And I don't know if you're telling me to shut up or who, but yeah. What's up, who that? Are you the one who's causing a problem with Drew? I'm just gonna put you in a little baby timeout. You wanna come back around in live chat and act like an adult? You're welcome to, okay? I'm a very forgiving person. I just really don't like the drama in the live chat. Okay, guys? Yeah. Lee, sending you a big old hug, okay? All right, we're going to, hey Third Eye, how are you doing? We're gonna move on to Christine's question, and she did clarify what she means by family, the family unit, nuclear family unit. What is in the future for Christine regarding the family unit? Queen of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I'm not gonna lie, this is not very positive energy, Christine. It makes me a little bit concerned. So I do feel like there is someone here with some insecurities, some maybe even anger problems. But with the Seven of Pentacles being in the reverse, there's someone who feels like what they have expected or what they wanted from a situation, they haven't been able to get it. And the Six of Pentacles is also in the reverse. Someone is looking at this as it's not fair. You know, you don't pull your weight, or you don't do your half of the responsibility, or you don't pay for what you owe, or you don't deserve that. There's this harsh judgment towards somebody else, and when there's an opportunity to repair this problem, and this could be, you know, an external person that's causing some problems within this. Does that make sense? Like, because you argue about how to deal with this, but this is causing issues within the nuclear family unit. So just, you know, parents and kids. But the Empress in the reverse is an attempt to control through emotion. So this is the key to the problem. Whoever is trying to do the emotional manipulation, I think that there's something that can be done to address how they try to do that. And it could be not telling somebody something, right? Not giving them that information. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, because Empress would be motherly energy. So dealing with this mother energy is causing problems with the family, because there's setbacks, losses, or even just like mood swings as a result. So is Christine going to be able to distance themselves, the family, from the Empress in the reverse? Initially, there's a lot in the way. Queen of Cups in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, it's going to require a lot of effort, but I feel like part of it too is whether or not people know what's going on. I don't know if you have a lot of gossip or a lot of like people in your family that talk a lot about it. Hey Lacey, hello Flower, how you doing? Hey Simran, I may pull a card for you later, but I would just say if you know it's out of your budget, don't make things more difficult for yourself than you have to. It'd be better to do that when you know for sure that you can afford it. Hello, Dave. Chismoso. I like it. All right, and then we have the financial future. What can you provide as far as guidance for Christine regarding finances, please? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse. Is this saying that the living situation is a problem? No. So I feel like there is an issue in terms of money coming in versus money coming out. The support that you get, or the amount of like how people divide things could be a problem, right? Thank you, Dana. Of course. I got you, Dana. So there is something here that needs to change or end. Here's this Justice in the reverse. There's something here that's blocking a blessing for you. Like money coming into you isn't coming into you. Because you haven't walked away from something. What is it that Christine needs to walk away from? An offer that's not good enough. And someone who's codependent. So it seems like I'm going to send you healing, patience, and protective energy. Christine, there's a lot that is working against you, but I want to remind you that you are stronger than you know. And this may seem like an impossible situation, but you are stronger and smarter than most of the people who face this kind of thing. And I do see a way through this darkness for you, but it requires first and foremost that you believe in yourself. So I believe in you. There's probably some people in this live chat who would be kind enough to say that they believe in you as well. It's not going to be easy, but you are able to get away from this codependent energy. You just have to choose to do it. I know that sounds like it's oversimplifying the matter, but I do see it as something that you're able to do, but the finances won't improve until that codependent energy is like banished, right? Hello, Rita, how you doing? Hey, Caitlin. I love that, thank you. Hello, Roland. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to move on to Dana's question. This is the Everyday Tarot. Hello, Shane. How are you doing? There's hope for you, and I really do hope that you're able to find that path that works for you. Sending you a big hug. I'm good. Thank you, Shane. All right, so for Dana, we want a message from Grandpa František. I'm always nervous I'm not saying it right. František or František? Dana's grandpa. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Swords, Temperance in the reverse, and the 3 of Cups. Very endearing. Do not give up. Do not run away or feel like things that you are working towards have no meaning. It may be stressful, there may be some anxiety, but walking away or avoiding this problem isn't the solution. Yes, it feels a little bit dire or stressful or even hopeless at times, but there are people here who want to help you or who are supportive of you. I like that. So you've got people that will show up for you. 5 of Wands in the reverse and the King of Cups. This does feel to me, well, let me just clarify. I feel like he's watching your person. Is this about Bond? Yes. He's watching Bond, who feels, Bond feels like he can't do anything right, or that he doesn't know what to do. And it feels to me like your grandpa is trying to find a way to inspire some introspection, or wanting to let you know that Bond is thinking, you know, about what the situation is and what would be the right thing to do. Did I say sec first? František versus check. I hope so. So even though it feels like you're putting up with some losses right now, or that things are not going well, there's a message of hope because there is, with this Fool, some new energy that's about to bring back some positivity to your situation. Thank you again, Christine. Yeah, let me check for you. Do we have a message for Christine from Father Morton? Three of Swords in the reverse, Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, Justice. Is this about protective energy? This is about undermining. I have to choose my words a little bit carefully here. I don't know if this is somebody who's just like extremely protective over you, or if this is someone who does not like the Empress in the reverse. But there is like a strong, like, I've got your back, I'm watching over you, and I know that somebody is making things worse for you. I know that there's somebody who's making decisions and they don't care about the impact to you. He's mad, but he's protective over you. And I feel like I feel like he has a plan to undermine somebody. I feel like he has a plan to get somebody a little bit caught up in their own drama. And I think there's some disdain here. I mean, it makes sense, right? If Morton loves you and somebody's messing with you, then it's like, you want to play games? All right. So what I just saw in my mind is probably because I've watched Stand By Me semi recently, was like hitting the bat along a wall as you're walking. Like, you might even hear that at some point. But we've got somebody who's like, I'm going to make them see that this is not a good idea. So it could be about sending a message via dreams, but this person's mad and defensive. Yeah. He's on the case. He's very protective, and like, I'm trying not to curse right now. I don't know if that's something he did a lot of, but yeah, there's definitely some anger. And I'm smirking because I appreciate that the anger is because this love for you makes him very protective, right? Are you sure, James? I got Tom right. Meow. It is. I agree, Third Eye. Yeah, well, you deserve that protective energy. Just remember you're not alone, even if sometimes it feels like it, you know? All right, so James, you want a question answered? Hey, Grant, how are you doing? Hey, Simran, are you talking about this one? This one's just a cool sticker. Do I still have it? It might be up here, actually. Maybe not. That I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put, so I decided to like get a tattoo of it. It's a cat being held by a skeleton, and this is an Egyptian goddess, Bast. You're welcome, Christine. Sending you more protective energy, okay? All right, well, I haven't heard back from James. James, I got you if you decide you want a question, okay? I'm gonna do Merida's question, and then I'm gonna go dip. That makes it sound like I want tobacco, but then I'm gonna dip. Is that, yeah, that sounds more human, right, you guys? If I start a master's degree in my profession, will it be the right decision? Let's see what we get for you, Merida. Will it be the right decision? Yes. But this seems to suggest that it could end up being not all in one pass. So there could be some sort of delay or a change in schedule. So be flexible with regards to the timeline for it. But I do feel like you're going to meet somebody who's particularly important to your career while pursuing that. No, Derek. Sorry, I don't. Yep, I try, Lotus. Trish would like a quick love reading. Let me see what we've got for Trish, and then I really am gonna leave. Okay, you guys. What do we have for Trish in love? We have for Trish in love. Temperance in the reverse. Hierophant. Hermit in the reverse. Empress in the reverse. It feels to me like there's someone who you may be very attracted to, or maybe you like the idea. There's someone who could basically get you into a relationship or get you to a point where you feel a little bit stuck in a relationship with them because it's not quite right. There are just certain things that don't fit, or like your lifestyle is just too different. Maybe your perspectives are, you know, hard to navigate because of their differences. But this person, it's like you want it to be serious, so you maybe look the other way and don't really just kind of admit like, maybe they're not my cup of tea. And with that, it prevents you from being able to encounter somebody who really does have that ability to fulfill what you're looking for and does align with you in a lot of ways, but it would also challenge you in other ways. So this is saying basically don't sell the opportunity you have to be with somebody who is great and who would love you because you want to be in a connection. If the connection isn't working, let go of them because there's someone else here that you would meet. LOL, Eric. All right, y'all. I love you. I'm going to leave it there. I will be back. Don't you worry. Because of the 7 p.m. members only live stream today, I have like a later schedule. So I'll probably do 2 other live streams for everybody before the members only. So I'll see you later. Toodles. Oh, thank you, Merida.